The year 2020 saw a number of schools that have been consistently seeded at the National Science and Maths Quiz participating in the 2020 Regional Qualifiers. In the Central Region, schools such as Ghana National College and Nsmq School had to compete at the regional level to also justify their inclusion in the National Championship. Let's see how day one of the Central Regional Qualifiers went.
And Asin North Senior High School. The National Science and Maths Quiz is sponsored by the Ghana Education Service with support from Dano Milk and Joy News. This is a primetime production. My name is Thelma Ohineje, and I am your quiz mistress.
The first round was very competitive. Abraman finished the first round in first place with 16 points, followed closely by Apam Senior High School with 15 points.
It's the formula that shows the simplest whole number ratio of different atoms in a molecule.
I'll give to you. Explain the term molecular formula. Okay, as a bonus to Abraman.
Molecular formula is the formula that shows the actual whole number ratio of different atoms in a molecule.
I'll give to you. Apam, explain the term structural formula.
Okay, so the structural formula shows how the atoms in a compound or a molecule are bonded to each other.
That is correct. What do stereoisomers have in common, and how do they differ?
Madam,
Yes.
please, stereoisomers, they differ by the orientation of atoms or units of compound in space. And what they have in common is they are isomers. They have the same structural formula.
I'll give that to you. Enyandentra. Find the internal resistance of a battery whose EMF is 12.6 volts and whose terminal voltage is 12.0 volts when it supplies a current of 75.0 amps. Okay, Apam.
The internal resistance is 0.00800 ohms.
Come again.
The internal resistance is 0.00800 ohms.
Okay, I'll give that to you. That brings us to the end of round one. This brings us to round two. In this round of competition, each question is thrown to all the schools at the same time. So our first question. The heat capacity of an object is 500 joules per Kelvin. Find the final temperature of the object if its initial temperature is 315 Kelvin and it absorbs 7,500 joules of heat. Okay. Yes, Apam.
330 Kelvin.
That is correct. A fixed quantity of an ideal gas undergoes a process in which its pressure changes from 100 kilopascals to 80 kilopascals at constant volume. Find the final temperature of the gas if its initial temperature is 400 Kelvin. Yes, Apam.
The final temperature is 320 Kelvin.
That is correct.
Apam Senior High School started the second round with vigor, picking most of the speed race questions and answering them correctly.
Atomic number 88 undergoes alpha emission to give a nuclide X. Write a balanced equation indicating the atomic and mass numbers Yes, Apam. Go ahead.
We have radium 226 with atomic number 88 going to form helium with atomic number 2 and mass number 4, and the new nuclide with atomic number 86 and mass number 222.
That is correct.
At the end of the second round, Apam Senior High School and Abraman Senior High School had swapped places. Apam Senior High School was now in the lead with 25 points, with Abraman now in second place with 16 points.
2 copies of the recessive allele that codes for the trait.
False.
That is incorrect. It's a true statement. Mozano Senior High School. Humans have 46 pairs of chromosomes.
False.
That is correct. Abraman. Most multicellular organisms have 2 sets of chromosomes. That is, they are diploid.
True.
That is correct. Apam. At a constant temperature, the volume of a fixed quantity of an ideal gas always increases when the pressure of the gas decreases.
Even though all the schools tried their best to catch up with Apam Senior High School, they failed as Apam Senior High School continued to widen the score margin.
The quantity of an ideal gas is increased at constant pressure. The temperature of the gas remains constant.
True.
That is incorrect. That's a false statement. This brings us to round 4. I'll read out a series of clues to each riddle, and the first school to ring the bell gets the opportunity to answer. Our first riddle. My aqueous solution has a distinct color that gives me away readily. I am not that stable to heat. I give off gas when I am heated strongly. It is my anion that gives me that instability, since my cation, the third metal in group 1, remains intact. My characteristic purple color is useful in certain redox titrations. Yes, Abraman.
Potassium permanganate.
That is correct. I am a property of a wave. I am not the frequency of the wave. I am not the period of the wave. Yes, Asen North.
Wavelength.
That is incorrect. I am also not the wavelength of the wave. Yes, Mozano.
Refraction.
Repeat your answer.
Refraction.
That is incorrect. I determine the energy of the wave. Enyandenchura.
The amplitude.
That is correct.
Channel.
At the end of round 4, here are the scores. Asen North Senior High School, 13 points. Enyandenchura Senior High Technical School, 17 points. Mozano Senior High School, 22 points. Aburaman Senior High School, 23 points. Apam Senior High School, 38 points. The National Science and Maths Quiz.
They might have had a slow start, but Apam Senior High School had only one agenda: to win the contest. And that was exactly what they did. Unlike the first contest, which was quite competitive, the second contest was pretty easy for Ghana National College. In the first round, Ghana National College, apart from answering most of their questions correctly, also picked most of the bonus questions.
This is a preamble to all the schools. State the functions of the following structures in paramecium. Asen Manso Senior High School, Celia.
The cilia serve as a locomotive function that helps the paramecium to propel forward.
I'll give that to you. Brakwa Senior High Technical, contractile vacuole. Okay, yes, a bonus to Ghana National College.
The contractile vacuole is used for osmoregulation in the paramecium.
That is correct. Brakwa Senior High Technical, the expression A plus C all squared minus C squared.
The expression is A plus 2 all bracket open bracket A plus C plus 2 close bracket.
That is incorrect.
We have the answer to be A multiplying the bracket A plus 2C.
That is correct. Ghana National. The expression 2A plus 1 all squared minus A squared. Yes, go ahead.
The expression 3a plus 1 multiplying the other expression a plus 1.
That is correct. Asen Manso. Find the average speed of a runner who covers a distance of 24 meters in 12 seconds. Yes.
We have the average speed to be 1.67 meters per second.
That is incorrect. Okay. Ghana National.
2 meters per second.
That is correct. Quadri Agri. A particle moves steadily at 18 meters per second. Find the distance moved by the particle in 25 seconds. Yes.
Madam, we have the answer to be 450 meters.
That is correct. Fankoba Senior High School. Find the average speed of a jogger who covers a distance of 32 meters in 15 seconds.
2.1 meter per second.
That is correct. Brakwa Senior High Technical. Find the current flowing through a 56 ohm resistor with a potential difference of 14 volts across its terminals. Okay. A bonus for Ghana National College.
0.25 amperes.
That is correct.
Although Ghana National College ended the first round in first place, the margin between them and Asen Manso Senior High School was small.
Thrown to all schools at the same time. The first school to ring the bell has my attention, and they can go on to answer the question correctly for 3 points. Okay, our first question in this round. Name the respiratory pigment in mammalian blood. Ghana National.
Hemoglobin.
That is correct.
Among the 5 schools, Ghana National College's speed was unparalleled, and they ended the round further widening the margin between them and their contenders.
Come again. Ghana National College.
The answer is cos raised to the power 2x plus sine raised to the power 2x. That expression, multiplying the expression in the bracket. Cos raised to the power 2x minus sine raised to the power 2x.
No, I'll give that to you. If matrices A and B are given by A equals 2 minus 1, 1, 2. If matrices A and B are given by A equals 2 minus 1, 1, 2, and B is equals to 1 minus 2, 2, minus 1, find AB. Yes, Ghana National. Okay.
AB is 0, negative 1, 5 negative 5 negative 4.
That is incorrect. Asen Manso.
We have matrix AB to be a 2 by 2 matrix with entry 0, negative 3, 5, negative 4.
That is correct.
At the end of the second round, Ghana National College effected a substitution to re-energize their campaign.
And expect the team to answer if the statement is true or false. Predation is the most important factor that controls the overall structure of an ecosystem.
The answer is false.
That is correct.
In the third round, Brakwa Senior High Technical School did exceptionally well by answering all of their true or false statements correctly.
Multiplies the expression x squared minus x minus 1. That is correct. Kweji agree. X cubed minus 1 equals the expression x minus 1. Multiplies the expression x squared plus x minus 1. Go ahead.
False.
That is correct. X cubed plus 1 equals the expression x plus 1 multiplies the expression x squared minus x minus 1. Yes.
False.
That is correct. Asen Manso, the magnitude of the average velocity of an object does not always equal the average speed of the object. Yes.
True.
That is correct. And this is where we draw the curtains on round 3. So this is round 4. I'll read out a series of clues for each riddle. And the first school to draw my attention with the bell has the opportunity to answer. Our first riddle. I am one of the largest insect orders in the world. Most of my members are found in almost all types of terrestrial and freshwater habitats. The larvae of my members mostly feed on moist, decomposing food items. Many of my species are important due to the role they play in disease transmission. My members include many familiar insects, such as mosquitoes. Ghana National.
Diphtheria.
That is correct. Our last riddle. I am a single-digit number. I am quite unique. I am an identity, and that makes two of us. I can reduce every number to myself by an appropriate... Yes, Ghana National, who am I?
0.
That is correct. At the end of round 4, here are the scores. Fankoba Senior High School.
By all standards, that was a very good performance by Ghana National College, and for scoring more than 39 points, they received an extra 500 Ghana cedis on their winning prize of 1,000 Ghana cedis.
Asen Manso Senior High School, 29 points. Ghana National College, 55 points.
Imagine losing the contest by only 1 point. Heart-wrenching, right? That was the fate of Breman Isikuma in the third contest of the Central Regional Qualifiers.
Senior High School. Gomoa Senior High Technical School.
The game started with Breman Isikuma and Tiayama Sportson going neck and neck, each of them giving their very best to stay on the top.
X is such that X is less than minus 5, or X is greater than 5. Yes.
We have x squared minus 25 greater than 0.
That is correct. Breman Esikuma, a 0.4 kilogram solid displaces 5 times 10 to the power minus 4 meter cube of a liquid on which it floats. What is the density of the liquid?
0.8 times 10 exponent 3 kilogram per meter cube.
Okay, I'll give that to you. Isaba press B. If f of x equals log base 5x, find f inverse of x and evaluate f inverse 4. F inverse of 4.
Okay, madam, we have the inverse to be 5, log inverse to be 5 exponent x, and the inverse is 625.
That is correct. The same. If f of x equals log base 8x, find f inverse of x and evaluate f inverse of negative 2.
The inverse is 8 power x, and the inverse of 2 is 2 log 8.
No, I'll give that to you. A bonus to Brahmani Sikuma.
The inverse is 8 exponent x, and the f inverse of negative 2 is 1 over 64.
That is correct. Gomwa Senior High Technical. The rate of a second order reaction involving only one reactant is found to be 1.20 times 10 to the power minus 6 mole dm to the power minus 3 s to the power minus 1. Calculate the new rate when the concentration is trebled, temperature and pressure remaining the same.
3.6 times 10 raised to the power minus 6 mole per dm cube per second.
That is incorrect. I'll allow T.I. Amas to have a go.
Okay, the rate is 1.08 times 10 raised to the power negative 5 mole per dm cube per second.
That is
At the end of the first round, Brahmani Sikuma was in first place with 18 points, with T.I. Amas Potson following closely behind with 17 points.
Radius of the circle with equation x squared plus y squared minus 2x plus 6y equals 6. In Saba, press B.
Madam, we have the center to be.
Speak into the microphone.
We have the center to be 1 neg 3, and the radius to be 16.
That is incorrect. A bonus to Brahmani Sikuma.
We have the center to be 1 negative 3, and the radius to be 36.
That is also incorrect. T.I. Amas.
We have the center to be 1 and negative 3, and the radius is 2.
That is also incorrect.
The second round saw a downward slope in the performance of all the schools, as they lost already accrued points by answering questions wrongly.
Find the potential energy of a spring constant 8,000 Newton per meter when its displacement from equilibrium is 5 millimeters. T.I. Amas.
Okay, the potential energy is equal to 40 joules.
That is incorrect. Gomwa Senior High Technical.
It's 2,000 joules.
That is incorrect. In Saba, press B.
And we have 20 joules.
That is also incorrect.
At the end of the second round, Nsaba Presby Senior High School effected a substitution, perhaps to see if the third contestant could help move them up the ladder.
I will pose a statement to each school, and I would expect this.
In the third round, all the 5 schools gathered momentum, which saw Breman Isikuma and TIMR Sporting coming neck and neck again.
O2 is removed from the atmosphere by photosynthetic organisms and used to generate organic molecules.
False.
That is correct. Mr. Abba Presby. Sine inverse of 1/2 equals cos inverse of √3/2. Yes.
Okay, madam, we have the answer to be true.
That is correct. Besiase, cos inverse of -1/2 equals sine inverse of -√3/2.
It's true.
That is incorrect. That's a false statement. Gomwa Senior High Technical. Tan inverse of √3 is equal to cotan inverse of 1/√3.
It's true.
That is correct. TIMS. Sine inverse of 1/2.
The third round ended with TIMS in the lead with 28 points and Breman Isikuma in second place with 27 points.
Round 4. There are 4 riddles in this round, and each question is open to all the schools. Our first riddle. I am a particle. I am quite abundant. I am a charged particle. There are as many of me in a neutral Besiase.
Electron.
That is correct. I am a 3-digit number. All my digits are prime. I am an odd number. My digits form an increasing sequence.
At this point, Breman Isikuma, seated on the extreme left of the stage, were praying that Nsaba Presby answer wrongly to give them a chance. On the other hand, TIMR Sporting were undoubtedly praying for Nsaba Presby Senior High School to answer correctly to deny Breman Isikuma Senior High School the chance of attempting the riddle.
In a particular species or individual. Yes, Nsaba Presby.
The intention.
That is correct. At the end of round 4, the scores are Gomwa Senior High Technical School, 12 points. Besiase Senior High School, 12 points. Nsaba Presby Senior High School, 23 points.
Hard luck indeed for Breman Isikuma Senior High School. Better luck to them next year. And congratulations to TIMR Sporting.
This contest will feature...
The result of the penultimate contest was predicted by many. Infantibim School, first timers at the regional qualifiers, won satisfactorily, but not without a little scare by the squad from Jukwa Senior High Technical School in the first round.
And Jukwa Senior High Technical School. I'll start with Abakrampa Senior High Technical School. Find the kinetic energy of a 0.4 kilogram object moving at 5 meters per second.
0.1 joules.
That is incorrect. Jukwa Senior High Technical School.
5 joules.
That is correct. A 14 kilogram falling object strikes the ground at a speed of 0.20 meters per second. Find the kinetic energy of the object when it strikes the ground. Yes.
0.28 joules.
That is correct. A 2.0 kilogram object is projected vertically with a speed of 8.0 meters per second. Find the kinetic energy of the object at launch.
64 joules.
That is correct. Find the kinetic energy of an 11 kilogram block moving at 0.20 meters per second.
4 meters per second.
That is incorrect.
0.22 joules.
That is correct. Find the kinetic energy of a 1.2 kilogram object moving at 4.0 meters per second.
9.6 joules.
That is correct. Senior High School. A equals 6 millimeters and B equals 2.
6.0 millimeters.
That is incorrect. A bonus. Infansipim.
6.2 millimeters.
That is correct. Asen in Suta. A equals 16 millimeters and B equals 1.
2.6 millimeters.
That is incorrect. Infansipim. Okay. Infansipim.
16.1 millimeters.
That is correct.
Clearly, these two ladies from Tukwa Senior High Technical School did not come to play. At the end of round 1, Infantipim was in the lead with 20 points, but closely followed by Tukwa Senior High Technical School with 17 points. In the second round, Infantipim School, two-time champions of the Nsmq, picked about 95% of the speed race questions, widening the score margin by over 20 points.
Who had answered? Jukwa.
Prophase.
That is incorrect. Yes, Abakwampa.
Anaphase.
That is correct. Particle A moves in the positive x direction with speed 3 meters per second. Particle B moves in the positive y direction with speed 4 meters per second. Infansipim.
5 meters per second.
That is correct. Give the value of Faraday in coulombs to 3 significant figures.
96,500.
Yes, Infansipim.
9.65 times 10 to the power 4 coulombs per mole.
No, I won't give that to you. I would allow Jukwa to go.
We have
okay. Jukwa
we have 96500 coulomb.
Come again.
96500 coulomb.
Yeah, I'll give that to you. Okay. That brings us to the end of round 2. In round 3, I would pose statements to the schools, and I expect the team to tell me whether the statement I give them is true or false.
The girls from Tukwa Senior High Technical School did not want to let go easily and performed excellently in the third round by answering all their true or false statements correctly.
Multiplies the expression x minus 1 squared. So the function is y equals, bracket open, x plus 2, bracket closed, bracket open, x minus 1, bracket closed, to the power 2. Is that clear? Infansipim. Some biologists use the term selectively permeable and semi-permeable interchangeably, but they don't mean exactly the same thing. Yes.
True.
That is correct. A selectively permeable membrane is like a filter that allows particles to pass or not according to size, solubility, electrical charge, or other chemical or physical property.
True.
Come again?
True.
No, that is false. Jukwa, a selectively permeable membrane chooses which molecules are allowed to pass based on specific criteria.
True.
That is correct. Round 4. Round 4 is the riddle round. Our first riddle. I am an organic compound. I contain some unsaturated bonds, but not carbon-carbon double bond. I produce copious effervescence with dilute sodium hydrogen trioxocarbonate 4 solution. I have a total of 3 carbon atoms in an open, yes, Nsmq. Go ahead.
Propanoic acid.
That is correct. I am a particle. I am one of the particles that make up atoms. I am subnuclear. I am a subnuclear particle, so I am not the electron. Okay, Abakampa.
Proton.
That is incorrect. Nsmq.
Neutron.
That is correct. That was the third clue, 3 points. We are a delicacy in the diet of some human cultures and are used in many traditional medicines. We are detritivores. Yes, Nsmq.
Termites.
That is correct.
Once a champion, always a champion, they say. Nsmq School answered 3 of the riddles correctly to an honorable win. Very well done, Nsmq School.
Asen Insuta Senior High School, -5 points. Senya Senior High School, 10 points. Abakrampa Senior High Technical School, 23 points.
It was indeed an anticipated win for Nsmq, wasn't it?
Nsmq School, 55 points. This contest features Feteman Senior High School, Swedru School of Business, Efutu.
The last contest of the day was probably the most exciting, as it was closely contested. It kept most of the supporters on tenterhooks till the very end.
The National Science and Maths Quiz is sponsored by the Ghana Education Service with support from Dano Milk and Joy News. This is a prime-time production.
Edinaman Senior High School seemed very comfortable in the first round, answering most of their questions correctly and picking most of the bonus questions. Little did they know that things would go south.
LiAlH4 to give silane, SiH4, lithium chloride, and aluminium chloride. Give a balanced equation for this reaction. Yes, go ahead.
You have the answer to be SiCl4 plus LiAlH4 going to SiH4 plus LiCl plus AlCl subscript 3.
That is correct. Crude petroleum contains a small amount of aromatic heterocycles, such as pyrrole, pyran, and thiophene, which contain nitrogen, oxygen, and sulfur respectively. What could have been the source of these bonded elements in petroleum?
Madam, the source can be from dead organic matter such as plants and animals.
I'll give you 2 out of 3. Find dy dx from the implicit equation. Feteman, x squared plus 3y squared minus 4xy equals 5.
Madam.
Yes.
2x plus 6y is equals to 9.
No, that is incorrect. Efutu Senior High Technical.
We have dy dx to be equal to 2x minus 4y all over 4 minus 6y.
No, that is incorrect. Eguafo Abrim, your equation, x squared minus 2y squared plus 3xy equals 12. Equals 12. Yes, go ahead.
dy on dx equals x plus 3y, all divided by 3x.
No, that is incorrect. I would allow Ifutu Senior High Technical.
Madam, we have dy on dx to be equal to 2x plus 3y all over 3x minus 4y.
No, that is incorrect. No, it's only one attempt at bonus. So it's 2x plus 3y over 4y minus 3x. This brings us to the end of round 1. Round 2. Round 2 is the speed race round.
With a closely contested first round, the speed race saw an anxious group of contestants, all eager to reach for the bell.
And answers correctly gets 3 points. Okay. Our first question. If the expression x minus 1 and the expression x plus 2 are factors of x cubed minus 2x squared minus 5x plus 6, find the third factor. Yes, Ifutu Senior High Technical.
Madam, we have the third factor to be x minus 3.
That is correct. Find the gauge pressure 2.0 centimeters below the surface of a liquid of density 13500 kilogram per meter cube. Eguafo Abrim. Yes, Eguafo Abrim.
The pressure is equal to 3.65.
That is incorrect. Okay, sorry.
The pressure is equal to 3.65 times 10 raised to the power 2 Pascal.
That is incorrect. Who rang next? Ednaman.
I have 2.7 kilopascal.
Yes, that is correct. A 4 kilogram object moves with velocity 3I plus 4J meters per second. Find the linear momentum. Okay, Edinaman Senior High School.
We have the answer to be equal to 12I plus 16J kilogram meter per second.
That is correct. Classify. Classify the following quantities as scalars or vectors: displacement, velocity, speed, temperature, angular momentum, magnetic flux density. Work. Edinaman.
We have the vectors to be displacement, velocity, angular momentum, magnetic flux density, and the scalar to be speed and temperature.
Okay, I'll give that to you. This brings us to round 3. In this round, I will make a statement to each school, and the team is to answer if the statement is true or false. I'll start with Eguafo Abrim.
The third round was the beginning of the end of Edinaman's journey to the national championship, as both Feteman Senior High School and Eguafo Abrim bridged the gap between them and Edinaman Senior High School.
False.
No, it's a true statement. Nitrogen gas prepared in the lab can be dried by passing it through calcium oxide, but not calcium chloride.
It's a true statement.
No, it's a false statement. Fetterman. J.J. Thomson's cathode ray experiment led to the discovery of the electron and the proton.
False.
Yes, that is correct. That brings us to the end of round 3. Round 4. Round 4 is the riddle round. Our first riddle. I am binary in nature. I am made up of ordered pairs. I am a correspondence between two sets. I am not a mapping or a function.
The swift turn of events in this round broke a lot of hearts. Nguafo Abrim Senior High School answered the last riddle on the first clue to win the contest by just 1 point.
I am a long, branching, filamentous structure of a fungus. Okay.
Hyphy.
Come again.
Hyphy.
That is correct.
And this is what we call a squeaker, winning by a hair's breadth. The two sides of the Nsmq coin, it's either it ends in joy or in tears.
End of round 4. Here are the scores. Swedru School of Business, -1. Fetterman Senior High School, 9 points. Efutu Senior High Technical School, 30 points. Edinaman Senior High School, 30 points. Nguafo Abrim Senior High School, 31 points.
Cheer up, boy. Cheer up. Hopefully next year, Lady Luck will smile on you.